Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alviana, this is Alviana's Ascension, and today we are going to do a collective reading for this new moon in Cancer that we have today on June 25th. So I have a really good feeling about this new moon. I think that, well, Cancer and the moon, they go hand in hand, so I know the moon is happy to be in Cancer, and with it being a new moon, it's all about, what do you want to manifest? What do you want to call in? And, like what are new beginnings that you're ready to go towards? And with this being in the sign of Cancer, I feel like this has a lot to do with your home, your family, what really makes your heart happy, following your soul's truth. Okay. And Jupiter is in Cancer right now, and Jupiter is all about good luck, expansion, just all the good energy. So I just feel like this is a moment of reflection about asking yourself what really makes you happy, what really fills your cup when it comes to matters to the heart, when it comes to family and friendship. So I just feel like this is going to be a good time for all of us. That's what I'm feeling. Okay, so let's get it going with the Moonology deck. I always like to find the new moon or full moon card and see what cards are surrounding it, because to me there's a message in that. So let's look for that new moon in Cancer and see what is going on. Okay, we immediately found it. I love that. Okay. So with our new moon in Cancer, it says you and your loved ones are safe. Beautiful. Just reminding you. Okay, also I was shuffling the deck, right? Thank you, Spirit, for reminding me this. And the Ten of Wands, Two of Cups came out. So I definitely feel like we've all been very either worried or taking on a lot when it comes to our loved ones, our close friendships, even like close business partnerships, or just anyone that you're close with that feels like a divine partner. There could be a lot that you're taking on, or you may feel like you have a lot on your plate, but you don't want to ask anyone for help or for guidance, or even just someone to vent to. So, with this card saying you and your loved ones are safe, no matter what role you're playing with that Ten of Wands, know that you don't have to do it all on your own. You don't have to keep it all to yourself. Everyone is safe here. It feels like everyone is open. Everyone is ready for guidance. Everyone's ready to receive. Everyone's ready to be vulnerable and honest about their needs. And I think that's beautiful. And Spirit and the moon are just reminding us that, hey, you are safe to be vulnerable. You are safe to ask for help. Your loved ones are going to be okay, even if you don't take on those extra burdens. And not even burdens. It doesn't feel like it's like, oh, I have to do this for this person. Like, no, everyone's happy to do things for their loved ones, but it's like you don't have to take it all on yourself in order for something to work out and be okay. Everything's going to be fine. That's what I feel. Okay, we have a new start is coming, new moon. So that's perfect because, like I just said, this is a new moon in Cancer. So Spirit's letting us know that when it comes to our loved ones and our relationships, I feel a new start is coming. Not to say, I mean, there could be new relationships and things like that forming, but I also feel like the current ones we have now, a new start is coming to those. Deeper connections, more authenticity, more vulnerability, just feeling safe to express yourself, to ask for help, to be honest. That's what it really feels like for me, and I like that. Okay, and then we have a full moon in Pisces, balance, spirituality, and practicality. I like that. I like that. So, especially with you and your loved ones are safe, it's like sometimes you may feel like, okay, well, let me go and with my actions solve this problem. But Spirit's saying, hey, sometimes praying for someone, sometimes giving somebody a hug is all they need as well. I feel like this new moon is reminding us that it's not all about like solving the problems, taking action, but sometimes it's just about being there and just having that energy, that love and support as well. And sometimes we got to trust that that's enough too. All right, fierce. Okay, so I'm going to set these up here, and we're going to read out of the book exactly what this new moon represents. Okay, fierce. So let me find it in the book. All right, here we go. All right, you and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. There's a new start coming in your private life. Something is rising up in connection with the people and places you hold dearest. This can be to do with a member of your family, a flatmate, or moving house. If you're hoping to move forwards with something special in your private life, this card comes to you as a message that you can do it. If you've been neglecting your family, it's time to reconnect with them. If you've been neglecting yourself, you need to take better care of yourself and nurture yourself more. If your insecurity is holding you back, that's something for you to work on now. Doing so could bring you your heart's desire. I love it. So yeah, I definitely feel like this is a time of a lot of self-care, a lot of love, a lot of support, just feeling soft and feeling light. And if there's anything that you feel is weighing you down, it's time to reflect on that. Honestly, for me, I'm reflecting on it. And apart from my tarot stuff, I work at a restaurant, I bartend and serve. And let me tell you, bartending is not for the weak. Good Lord. I'd be the only bartender in there. And man, oh man, it's a lot. So that could be something I need to reflect on. You know, just think to yourself, what ways have I not been advocating for myself? What ways have I not been advocating for my family and my loved ones? And how can I be there for myself more, for them more, in a way that's not depleting for me? It says, attune to the moon. Make sure you put family first. Additional meanings for this card: let someone get a bit closer to you. A new cycle is starting for your child or children. It's time to review your goals. Have they changed? Meditation will banish your insecurities. Spending time near water will bring you peace and answers. I love that because we got Pisces in Cancer. Both of those are water signs. Where I'm at right now, it is hot. Okay? So take advantage of that. Go out to the pool. Go, swim in a creek. Go find a lake, a beach, whatever you're near, and immerse yourself in that. Me personally, I'm not the best swimmer, but I really love to float. I love to, swim a little bit, come up, float around, vibe. So, and if you don't have a body of water, you can take a bath, you can shower, you can do something like soaking your feet or your hands, just something like that. I think that would be really beneficial. And water is very soothing. It helps us feel kind of weightless. So especially if you've been having like pain in your body, low back, hips, feet, shoulders, whatever, allow yourself to immerse that in water to kind of feel like that heaviness and that weight and that pain can be alleviated a bit. And the teaching. The new moon in Cancer can be a super emotional time. The moon is all about emotions, and Cancer is a water sign and also very emotional. Saying that, the moon is very happy in the sign of Cancer. See, I told you. It's one of her 2 home signs along with Taurus, so whenever you pull it, this card suggests that whatever happens next will be in your favor. It's especially positive for family matters. I love it. Some of you guys may be wanting to like start a family right now, or just kind of deepen that connection with your family. So this is a good energy. Especially, I love this. So me and my family, so I have a lot of siblings, but I have some siblings that are just like half siblings, like we have the same dad or we have the same mom. And obviously it was just Father's Day. And something in my family, we're not super big, like on my dad's side, we're not super big on gifts. And I think that's just because that's something my dad kind of instilled in us. Like once we got to a certain age with Christmas, he was like, that's a wrap on that, I know I'm laughing about it and some people are like, that's horrifying, but I think it's kind of funny. And I understand where all that comes from. You know what I mean? So something me and my older sister, oh wait, my dad's not going to watch this. Something me and my older sister come up with is like, well, let's surprise him with a family dinner. We can match, we can go to his favorite restaurant. And mind you, we've never done that. As a whole group, never in my life can I recall a time when we all went out to eat. And I'm 27 and I'm the youngest. Isn't that crazy? So I feel like there's going to be a lot of fresh starts when it comes to family matters, like deciding to spend more time together. Like me and my sister was like, we should match, we should take photos. We don't ever take photos, all of us. So I'm just super excited for that opportunity. And I think that's a great reflection of how this new moon in Cancer is already putting things into work. It's time to spend time with the family, time to deepen those connections, and remind yourself that family can be whoever you want it to be. It doesn't have to be your blood family. It can be your chosen family. It can be your family at work. It can be someone else's family. Say you got a close friend, just spending time with those that matter. I just was at my friend Danielle's house, and she has 3 kids. She has 1 stepson and then 2 daughters, my favorite little children on the planet. And I went over there and hung out with them and helped her make some decorations for the party, and it was like a SpongeBob theme, so that was super amazing and just fun to be connected with SpongeBob again, because that's a banger of a show. Love it. So I'm just reflecting on the different ways I've already been spending more time with my loved ones. So maybe in the comments you can talk about what you've been doing with your loved ones or things you'd like to do to just kind of help bring that energy in and manifest it. All right, let's get into it. So we're going to start with the glow in the dark deck. To me, this is like kind of representing our shadow, the different things that may come up or that we may be struggling with in regards to this new moon. So let's see at the bottom of the deck. Starting out great with the 9 of Swords. So yeah, there's a lot of anxiety, worry. There could be some sleepless nights here. Maybe like getting up during the witching hour. All right. Ooh, with the Star card and the Devil and the Ace of Swords, the Knight of Swords. Okay, let's talk about it. So seems like there's a lot of anxiety and fear surrounding the Star. Okay, surrounding your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, your connection to the universe, your connection to your higher self, giving and taking. Okay, so a part of this new moon may be realizing that you could be doing more. Okay, this could be giving your time to your loved ones, giving your time to yourself, your self-care, connecting with the universe and your soul, your higher self. There's some fear surrounding that. Sometimes in this busy world, we think, oh, there's not enough time for me to sit and meditate. There's not enough time for me to go to my good friend's house. There's not enough time for me to answer this phone call right now. There's not enough time for me to sit outside and look at the sun for a bit to connect with the earth in that way. But that will eat you alive. I'm reading a book right now. It's called The Book of Secrets by Deepak Chopra. Great author. He's got a bunch of books. Fire. And the chapter I just read was secret number like 11. And it was saying that the universe works through you, or you are the universe. And basically he was saying we are the universe on vacation, because we all are the universe, right? We are the universe experiencing itself. And he was talking to somebody, like a physicist or something like that. And he said, well, if the universe knows everything, knows how things are going to unfold, why does the universe want to be a human? And he said, well, maybe he just wanted a vacation. He, she, the universe, whatever, they, whatever. So yes, it's important to be aware of what you want to do in the future, the goals, the aspirations, your purpose here. But remind yourself that if the universe is working through you, if you are the universe, there's no right or wrong here. You're going to be supported in your journey no matter what. So don't be so fixated on the goals in the future. Have more fun in the present. That's what is important at this time. Recognizing that you are supported by the universe no matter what. So it's not like if you decide to answer a phone call instead of, doing some sort of work, it doesn't mean you're going to be pushed back 3 steps. That's not how it works. The universe wants us to have fun here. The universe wants us to be light and just be present and experience. That's what we're here to do. But of course, in this, 3D reality, in this earth, we get so caught up with bills and the future and stability and security. But we don't have to worry about that. That's the universe's job. The universe created this place here for us. That should show you that we're going to be okay. And it's okay to take a step back, from your purpose, from your goals and aspirations, to be there for others. It doesn't need to be a tug of war. You can do both. All right, with the Ace of Swords, Knight of Swords, it's time to fully follow your truth. It's time to be honest about what it is that you want to experience more of, less of, and go towards it. You know what's right for you. You know what you need more of in your life. So have the confidence to go towards it. And with the Five of Wands, the Sun, the King of Swords, yeah. So I just feel like it's a matter of, like, multiple things make you happy, right? Focusing on yourself, spending time with family, focusing on work, whatever. But recognize that these things don't have to be in competition for your energy. Go towards what feels right. Listen to your heart, listen to your truth. That's enough. And if that means you do something different than what you normally would have done, that's okay. But don't fight your happiness. Don't fight what feels good, because you're supported in following that 100%. Okay, I like it. I like it. All right. Let's break it down. All right, let's get some messages for the collective in regards to this new moon in Cancer. What's coming up to be, reflected on, what we may be struggling with this new moon. Please and thank you, Spirit. All right. Let's get it. All right, so we have the Knight of Wands with the King of Swords. Absolutely. It's time to follow your passion. It's time to go towards what makes you feel good. If that means you're a little impulsive, that's okay. If that means, you cancel on one thing to do another, that's okay. Right now is the time to have fun. Right now is the time to feed your soul with joy, with optimism, with excitement. And be okay with what that means for you. It may change day to day. It may change from what it was 5 years ago to now, and that's okay. You're meant to grow. You're meant to evolve. You're meant to show up differently. So allow that for yourself and go towards it with joy, fun, excitement, not judgment. Because you're allowed to change. You're allowed to be different. You're allowed to, lock in one day and then clock out the next. You know what I mean? Know that, like, showing up inconsistently doesn't mean you're a bad person. It just means you're exploring, getting to know yourself, getting to know different ways of being. That's okay. All right. That's all right. Okay. We have the Nine of Wands, King of Cups, the Death card. Okay. Okay. I definitely feel there's a big transformation happening here. And it's a deep transformation within, right? Which makes sense because we got the new moon in Cancer, and the King of Cups is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. The Death card is Scorpio energy. So know that this is a time of just letting the walls down, is what I feel. Letting the walls down and asking your emotions, your inner world, your intuition, what is it that I want to go towards now? What changes do I want to embrace? And recognize that you are safe to do this. It really feels like I'm just getting the energy of someone that has a lot of goals, a lot of aspirations, and they want to make sure that they stay on the right path, that they stay locked in so that nothing can go wrong, so there's no derailing or delays. But sometimes being so fixated and controlling can cause the delays. You're meant to crack open right now. You're meant to let these walls down. You've been working really hard. But know that it's time for transformation. It's time to see things differently. It's time to connect with your emotions and your inner world. And know that taking the time for that is not going to delay you or be a distraction. You know, sometimes that's exactly what you need to do, because there's something that you're meant to go towards right now. You're meant to follow some sort of truth that may not seem as practical or in alignment as you may think. But there's going to be a good surprise here if you follow your intuition and allow yourself to go towards this new start. So let it happen. Know that you're protected. You don't have to be so hard on yourself about it. Tell me more about this Death card. Death card. Okay. We have the Five of Swords. Yeah, it feels like it's an energy of someone who feels like, I have to protect myself, I have to protect my goals, I have to protect my family, my loved ones at any cost. And I feel that Spirit is wanting you to go within and ask yourself, what are you so scared of? And I think that's why they say balance spirituality and practicality, because it's like, it feels like there's someone that's taking a lot of action to feel secure, when it's really about, why don't you explore your inner world, meditate on it, journal about it, and see what it is you're scared of. Why do you feel the need that all of this needs to be protected? Why isn't there trust and faith that things are secure? Why don't you think the universe wants you to win? Let's look at the bottom. Yeah. Seven of Pentacles. The seeds you're planting are going to grow. Don't feel like you need to watch the plant. You need to water it. You need to, like investigate it all day to feel secure in it growing. Plant the seed, give it a little water, set it in the sun, trust that it's going to grow. See, there's the Chariot, Cancer's energy. This new moon in Cancer is bringing forward some beautiful stuff. And it's coming through accepting the shadow and the light. So there's a part of you that needs more acceptance, the part of you that's scared, the part of you that's not sure if you can be. It's almost like someone feels like, I have to be aggressive, I have to be taking action, I have to be in the front row in order for this to be working out. Sometimes you can be in the passenger seat, and that's okay. See? Because you need to believe in yourself. You've got everything you need. It's not about like forcing yourself to be perfect and show up exactly consistently every single day. Like that's not sustainable. There needs to be more balance to this approach, to this thought process. Lean on spirituality as well, not just in taking action and force. Okay. Let's see what else is going on. All right, little chunk of cards. Let's see what we got. We have the Ten of Pentacles, the High Priestess, the Two of Pentacles, and the Eight of Pentacles. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. All right. With the Ten of Pentacles and the High Priestess, know for sure that abundance, security, stability, time with the family, happiness in the home is there for you. Your intuition is telling you it's there, so you got to trust it. You got to trust it. And know that the path for how this is going to come about, what this looks like, is not going to be revealed to you. How boring would that be? Just take a moment and think about that. If we knew exactly what was going to happen and how it was going to unfold, that would be so boring. So enjoy the unknown. That's something I'm learning too, is having fun in that unknown process. Essentially loving the journey, not just the goal. Okay? Because at the end of the day, this is a guarantee. especially when you blend that spirituality, you lean in faith, you know the universe has got your back. The universe loves you and is always conspiring for you. So with that guarantee, have fun with what's behind that curtain. Enjoy not all of it being revealed to you. And recognize, like, that's how your higher self sees it. Your shadow self is scared, but they don't need to be. So figure out how you can bring more love and attention and security to this aspect of you, so that way you can keep leaning into that faith and having fun with the journey. Because we have the Two of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles. So I definitely feel like the approach to this work, again, this could involve your career, this could involve your own personal growth, this could involve work within your family, whatever. It's different for all of you. But with the Eight of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles, it's a matter of asking yourself, okay, is this approach working for me? There may be some times when you want to take a break. There may be times when you need help. There may be times when you're feeling locked in. That's okay. Just allow yourself to shift the approach a bit. Let's see more about that. Tell me more about the Two of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles. Okay, thank you, Spirit. So during when I was like shuffling the cards, I heard create your own luck. And I looked it up because I was like, isn't that like somebody's like slogan or something? And it reminded me that it's not someone's slogan, it's an affirmation that's on one of my oracle cards. So in this situation, you have to be reminded to create your own luck, right? If you decide for yourself it's going to be hard on the yard, it will be. Or if you decide the universe supports me, the universe wants me to win, that's what will happen. So recognize it's not just about the action or the amount of time spent dedicated towards something, but it's also about the mindset and the energy that you have going into it as well. This makes me think of yoga. I love Yoga with Adriene. If you watch Yoga with Adriene, leave a comment down below. Let's spread her love. Like, let's give her flowers. Adriene is amazing. But something that she says a lot is like pay attention to how you are going into certain poses. Like, especially like if she's going to have us hold a plank pose for a while or boat pose or whatever. She will say, notice your thought, your mindset, your breath, your foundation as you're going into it, because that's going to determine for you the energy you have while you're in it. You know, there are some days where I'm like, oh, great, plank, you know, and of course I'm shaking and, you know, or there are certain days where I say, okay, spread my fingers, make sure my shoulders are nice and wide, hollow out my body, I'm strong. And that gives me the determination. I am just, excuse me. And that gives me, okay, the determination I need to stay secure in my foundation and in my pose. So ask yourself, what's the mindset I have going into something? And is that the energy I want to create for this? You know? But with this Two of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles, we have the Queen of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. They're saying, get out of your emotions. I know this is an emotional time with the new moon in Cancer, but when it comes to your goals and aspirations, whether that's financial, career, spiritual, emotional, familial, whatever, recognize that the universe is on your side with the Wheel of Fortune. And with the Queen of Swords, that's all she cares about, the facts. And the facts are, you are supported by the universe. It is fate, it is destiny for you to go towards this, for you to have this abundance in your life. So instead of trying to overwork yourself, trying to do too much, cut yourself off. You know, when you're putting negativity or doubt or fear or whatever into your dreams or into whatever it is that you want to create for yourself, check yourself. If the universe supports you, why would anything be able to stop you? The only thing that can stop you is you. So don't manifest that, oh, it has to be hard or it's difficult. It doesn't. Believe in yourself, okay? I'm just holding on to this because I feel like there's something else there, and I'm going to wait for it to come through. Yeah, it's like open your mind. Don't be so rigid either, because that's also the Queen of Swords. Recognize that if you are supported, if you are loved, if you've got all the tools you need to make something happen, it'll come through for you. It doesn't have to be so much force, because you're safe. I feel like the root of the forcing and all that is because there's doubt that something's going to work out. But just trust. And honestly, spend time with your loved ones. If you feel overwhelmed with certain things, you can either talk to someone about it or just get your mind off of it and spend time with your loved ones. Because I feel the key to all of this is moving from the heart, not from the mind. Because the swords is the mind, logic, cups are your heart, your intuition. So allow yourself to kind of switch gears on that. And the best way to get into your heart is spend time with loved ones. Okay. All right, let's get a little bit more for the shadow. All right, we have the King of Swords and the Ace of Swords again. Yeah, I'm just feeling get out of your head and get into your heart. Know that you may be coming up with really good ideas, new ways of doing things, coming to beautiful conclusions. That's good. But then drop into your heart space to let your heart be the guide for your actions. Not just logic, but intuition. That's why they're saying balance spirituality and practicality. We need to pull from both of these parts. You know, you can't be all gas, no brakes, or all brakes, no gas. You need both of those things to help you move forward. Okay. Yeah, I just see there's going to be a new approach to how you're manifesting and bringing things into your reality. Tell me more about the King of Swords, Ace of Swords. Because, yeah, there's lots of swords in this shadow energy and lots of pentacles. So I just feel like there's a lot of overthinking when it comes to your financial, your home, your career, your security, and your stability. And Spirit's saying that's understandable, right? We're all on earth. We all get it. But instead of overthinking or feeling like you have to be the one to figure it all out, lean into your faith, lean into your heart, because that's going to be a good guide for you at this time. And that's why this new moon in Cancer is happening. And you got Jupiter in Cancer too. So this is a time of good luck. Okay, that's too many. Yeah. It's time to go towards a new approach, a new way of showing up when it comes to the matters of the heart. And that's what's going to help you get everything you want and be happy. Okay? Okay. Fierce. All right, let's get into the light, what is it? The Light Seers deck. So this is going to represent like our higher self and the things coming for us in this new moon energy. All right. Let's see what we got. Okay, bottom of the deck, obsessed. We have the Queen of Cups. Absolutely. Definitely time to tap into your intuition, spending time in water. Some of you guys may like sound baths. Ooh, I was just at a sound bath. I just remembered that. That was Monday morning. That was nice. But yeah, just do different spiritual practices. And that can be different for all of us, right? Like what's spiritual to me may not be spiritual to you. So do whatever you need to do to connect to that inner world, to be open to receive that guidance from your soul. Yeah, we got the Tower, the Eight of Swords. Yeah, see, this overthinking and this trying to force control, all that is not working. It's not sustainable. It's causing you to put way too much energy into things and then leaves you drained and depleted. You guys may be feeling tired or just feeling like you can never get enough sleep. And that's because you're doing too much. Sometimes, like, we think, like, it's kind of like, it makes me think of somebody who's wearing too many accessories or something. It's like, hey, sometimes less is more. Okay. Yeah, like there's certain people that you know you can lean on. Your intuition is saying, trust these people, go towards these people, communicate your needs. That's what is necessary right now. And the part of you that feels like you can't do that, or feels like if you do that, you're not as worthy of your goals or whatever, sit with that. Meditate on that. Because that's what's kind of shooting you in the foot. All right. Let's get some messages. Let's see. All right, starting out with the Wheel of Fortune, the Knight of Wands, and the Emperor. Again, we have the Knight of Wands. So it's definitely time to follow your passion. Be wild. Get excited. Have fun. That's something, again, that Book of Secrets book, that really helped me with that. Recognizing that what we're doing as humans, is the universe's way of having fun. Just chilling, just vibing, experiencing. That's the key here. Don't put, and look how happy both these people look. Like, don't put so much pressure on yourself. Like, I feel like with the Emperor here, somebody feels like, I have to be the one taking action. I have to be the one making the decision. See, like, look, we have New Moon in Aries right here. It's time to take action. Adjustments are required. Show the world the real you. Okay? It's time for you to recognize that it's not just about you taking action and making decisions. Sometimes it's about you having fun and leaning in trust. Because if you don't trust, then you're going to create an energy where you have to keep forcing and forcing and forcing and doing and doing. It's just too much. That's not sustainable. Nothing is on the go at all times. So allow yourself to just lean into fun, lean into faith. Because with the Wheel of Fortune here, again, something is meant for you. Something is destined. Hey, you and your loved ones are safe. So put the chess pieces down. You don't have to be overthinking and plotting and scheming all the time. Have fun. See, and the Knight of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune are both right by each other too. See, the Nine of Wands is here with the Moon card and the Eight of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles. Oh, I love when they repeat the cards. See, yeah, this Moon is here to show us how our overworking or over planning or controlling, whatever, overthinking, that's the wall. That's the guard we have up. That's like our defense barrier. It's time to analyze that. Look into that. See, why do you feel like you got to do it like this? Tell me more about the Knight of Wands. It's going to be a long reading. Yeah, the Five of Wands, the Five of Cups, the Eight of Cups. Yeah. See, there's a lot of fear, a lot of uncertainty surrounding having fun, surrounding letting loose. I think there's a part of you that thinks, if I relax, if I bring ease into this, it's not going to work out. You got to let those walls down. You got to recognize the universe wants you to win. It doesn't even matter how many people are there. You all can win. It's like you're too focused on what could go wrong. Focusing on that is what brings that energy towards you. So focus on fun. Focus on faith. Just relax a little bit. See, yeah, the devil. This fear of having fun, it's keeping you stuck. Time to look at something differently. It's time to shake it up. All right, let's keep it moving. See, we have temperance here. It's time for balance, okay? It's time to allow yourself to have a little fun and allow yourself to, take action too and overthink, It's a balance. It's necessary, right? But you don't want to lean too much on one side, okay? Recognize that you are meant to thrive, you're meant to succeed, and know that like the universe isn't punishing you for showing up like this either, right? Because sometimes, like temperance, we have to experience something to realize this approach doesn't work for me, right? Because how would you know that overworking, overthinking doesn't work unless you try it out? It's going to leave you depleted. It's going to leave you exhausted. But now you have that awareness to help you balance that out. And that's why you need to meditate and go within. All right, we have the Six of Cups, the Three of Pentacles. I feel like there are people that are very close to you that you've known for a long time that could really help you out right now. Let people help you. Let yourself be open and vulnerable about what you need, what you might be struggling with. None of us do any of this by ourselves. That's why we have friends, family, community, neighborhoods. That's why we have people we work with. So that way we can open up and let them in to help us. Open up that heart. All right, tell me more about the Three of Pentacles, Six of Cups. Yeah, it's time to break out of a comfort zone, go towards new horizons, and let people in to help you with that. Lots of threes, by the way, so that might be a significant number for you guys. But yeah, it's like you don't have to have it all figured out yourself. You don't have to be the answer, the guide in every situation. Sometimes people are meant to guide you, and it may be unexpected people. All right, let's keep it moving and grooving. All right, we have the Fool with the Hermit. Yeah, the Hermit is all about listening to your intuition. Now, this is a card of isolation. So Spirit may be saying, you can lean on yourself, lean on your intuition, but I also feel like it's time to take a leap of faith and just let yourself be open more. It's time to change it up. Because you can trust yourself. You know that. So if we've already established that, then how can we lean into letting others guide us, trusting others? You know what I mean? Tell me more about the Hermit. Yeah, the Page of Wands, the Two of Cups. Exactly. It's time for you to travel new horizons, right? Pages are the least experienced, so this is a new energy. New horizons by letting others in. You are safe to let others in. Other people want you to succeed as well. Trust that. Yes, Three of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, absolutely. Friendship for the win. Okay. I definitely see new friendships blossoming, the deepening of current relationships, and recognizing that there's a lot of security and stability within the people you love. It's not just about in you and showing up every day and taking things on. It's also about you building community, leaning on others, letting others in. That's the whole point. If we don't have each other, then what are we even doing this for? You know what I mean? Community is key right now. Yeah, see, they're saying like start a new chapter with the people you love. Build roots. I like it. All right, what else do we got here? A couple more for the higher self. All right, we have the Moon, the Two of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, the Queen of Swords. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely time to explore the hesitation, the overthinking when it comes to opening yourself up, leaning on loved ones. And it's time to be honest with that reflection. Be honest about what it is that's making you hold back. Maybe the bad experiences you've had in the past. Maybe the fears you have about the future. Because this idea of like, I'm the one with all the answers, I don't know if I can trust people, I have to overwork to get where I want to be, that's not serving you anymore. So allow yourself to reflect on where that comes from and just explore your own world with curiosity. Tell me more about the Queen of Swords, Page of Swords. King of Swords. Oh my God. Knight of Cups. Okay. So what I like about this, the King of Swords is, he knows his truth. I feel like that's kind of the whole, okay, let me relax. He knows his truth. But the thing about him is he's not going to force it on other people, right? He doesn't need other people to agree with him to go towards what he feels is right for him. You know what I mean? In the Knight of Cups, he wears his heart on his sleeve. So I feel like it's like a blend of these two things, right? It's about recognizing that your truth is your truth no matter what. And you're the only one who needs to agree with it. So know that you don't have to have other people to agree with you in order to be soft and vulnerable and let your heart lead the way. Okay? You know who you are. Let your heart and your intuition guide you. Let your love, let what fills your cup be the thing that takes you there, right? So this kind of makes me think of, like, for example, from my own business, okay? I know that my purpose is to heal and to help people heal themselves through tarot, meditation, ceremonies, things like that. That's my truth, okay? But sometimes I can be a little rigid, I should say, with that Emperor, Five of Wands energy up here, and try to like force myself to do a bunch of stuff, make all this content, sign up for too much stuff, doing too much, okay? And that's because there's a part of me that second guesses my capability to make this truth a success, okay? So then I think I have to overwork, put too much on my plate, and show up and do all this and that, okay? But if I have my truth and I let my heart guide me, my intuition, then I find myself not doing as much. And that's okay, right? Because then what I do show up for, I put my whole heart into it. I'm not showing up with no energy. You know what I mean? So it's like a balance of these two. Know your truth, know that your truth is going to work out for you, and let your heart guide you on that path. Okay? Let your consciousness show you what's right for you, and then let your subconscious guide you towards that. Let your heart and soul guide you. Okay? That's the best of both worlds. Okay, Hannah Montana? That's how you're going to get that success. And that's that change that's necessary to propel you forward. Beautiful. All right, let's see about the Two of Pentacles and the Moon card, and then we're going to get couple more Oracle cards, and that'll be that. And you guys, if this resonated for you, let me know with a like, a comment, share this share this reading with a fellow friend, especially if you guys like to do new moon, full moon stuff. And if you would like more like rituals, other YouTube videos, like meditations, things that go well with new moon and full moons, subscribe to my newsletter. Okay, that's going to be on the website. Link down below. Okay, so the Two of Pentacles, the Moon card. We have the Ace of Wands, the Three of Swords, the Lovers, the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. So there's definitely a lot of like hesitation, slow movement, because you don't want to mess things up. You don't want to be hurt. You don't want to be a failure, whatever. But you got to recognize you're following your heart. You're following what feels good and fills your cup. You're not going to fail. Okay? You need to have a new perspective. You need to have more excitement, more love. And that kind of goes back to that Yoga with Adrienne thing. What's the energy you're putting into this? What's the mindset, the perspective you have as you're doing this work? Is it uplifting or is it hindering? That's what you got to ask yourself. It's not about the action you're taking or what you're doing. It's how you're doing it. What intention do you have? If it's not from love, if it's not from excitement, take a step back. See what change you need to make, okay? All right, fears. All right, so let's just get a couple cards to close it out. Final messages for the collective for this new moon in Cancer, please, and thank you. And definitely subscribe to the channel if you're picking up what I'm putting down. I just did new readings for all the zodiac signs, so you should definitely check that out if you haven't already. Let's see, close it out. All right, so we have adjustments are required, but we also have hold your vision, right? So they're saying what you want to manifest for your life will come through. You just might need to approach it differently, right? Sometimes that's the only adjustment that's needed. The path is right, but maybe ride the bike up the path instead of drag yourself, you know? Confidence is your key to success. New moon in Leo. Believe in the impossible. Blue moon. Absolutely. Again, withhold your vision too. They're letting you know things are going to come to fruition for you. You just have to have more faith. And having more faith will allow you to have more fun in that process. And having fun will get you exactly where you want to be so much faster. Remember, Deepak Chopra said, we are the universe on vacation. The universe can't have fun as the universe, right? As an entity, as an energy. You can't be in a physical playground. So the universe became human to have that fun. So make sure you're tying in fun with what it is you want to accomplish in all aspects, okay? Because it's going to come through for you, but you're making it harder by feeding into doubt and fear, force, okay? You're safe to have fun. So let's have more fun, okay? All right, y'all, that is our new moon in Cancer reading. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if this resonated, let me know with a like, a comment. Definitely subscribe and share this video with a friend. Sign up for the newsletter if you would like to get rituals, meditations, and other guidance that can go with the new moon and full moon. That is on my website, which is linked down below. You can also book a personal reading, get a personal healing ceremony for yourself on my website as well. And if you want more content, I've got all my social media down below as well. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful new moon today. You guys have a beautiful day. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.